Hi guys, Assalamu alaikum. This is HIJABADORE here, and today I'm going to be doing this makeup look for you guys. But basically, this video was to focus on my current foundation routine that I've been following for the past few weeks, and a lot of people have given me a lot of good compliments about my foundation application. So I really wanted to just, share it with you guys if you have the same skin as me. So I just want to give you a few facts about my skin, so if you can relate, since the weather is changing, my skin has been paying the toll. I mean, most of the people are struggling with that same situation right now. So usually, so a very long time ago, like 2-3 years ago, I used to have extremely dry skin, like a cactus dry skin. But then this summer I started developing this extremely oily skin for no reason. Like, I didn't even change anything or anything. Like, my skin just became so oily no matter what I was using, so I had to change my whole skincare routine and everything. But now, since the weather is changing again, it's getting colder. I mean, it's hot as heck today, but it is getting a little bit colder. So my skin is getting a little bit drier. I'm getting these dry patches. My nose is getting very, very dry on the sides. The area around my mouth is getting very dry. I don't know what's happening with my skin. My skin is extremely bipolar, tripolar, whatever. If you want to see how I got this whole look, except my brows, then keep on watching the whole video and enjoy. Alright guys, so I'm gonna start off with the primer. I've already moisturized my face using my favorite moisturizer, which is the Clinique Dramatically Different Gel Moisturizer. And then I'm gonna be using this e.l.f. Hydrating Primer, and I recently started using it. I've been loving it so much. And when I apply it, it does feel oily, and it feels like it's not gonna hold the foundation. But when I paired with this foundation, the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Makeup Foundation, oh my god, the application is to die for. It's amazing. This foundation I bought because my skin was extremely oily during the summer times, but then as the weather started changing, foundation started cracking. Like, every time I was using it with my Tarte primer or with my Dr. Brandt's primer, it was just cracking. It was looking so dry and disgusting, and dry patches and everything. So I was just not liking this anymore. I was like, I can't return it because it was amazing during the summertime. But when I started pairing it with this e.l.f. primer, I just fell in love, and I'm like, you know what, this could be my foundation routine that I can actually upload on my channel. The eyeshadow primer that I'm gonna be using is this one. It's called Bodyography Eye Mousse, and this is in shade Cameo 3580, and this is called Canvas Eye Mousse. And oh my god guys, this thing is super duper amazing. Like, it color corrects. It comes very close to the MAC paint pot, but I think this one is a lot better because it feels a lot lighter, and it feels a lot powdery. Like, once I apply it, it's definitely a mousse. I swatched it once on the back of my hand, and the swatch was there even after 24 hours. I was washing the dishes, I was eating, I even took a shower, but the swatch was there. So this, if you want your eyeshadows to stay on all day, then this could be an amazing eyeshadow primer. Like, no kidding. So I just like to apply very little bit. I think even this one I apply too much right now. Apply it very lightly because a little goes a very, very long way. I mean, you can build up the coverage, if you want a more coverage color correction. I honestly just like to use it very lightly. Alright, so now comes the foundation. I'm gonna be using this one, and this is Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Makeup in shade Honey Bronze, which is like 4W1, and I put a pump on it. This is a MAC pump, and I'm gonna be using this new Real Techniques beauty sponge. This is their diamond sponge, but I feel, guys, this is still not as soft as their sculpting sponge. I mean, this is dirty as heck right now, but this is the softest sponge that they have. So this one is just okay, but I don't know how it would work for the application because it's my first time using it today. I honestly thought that this foundation would not work for me during the winter time, but I feel with this whole little trick or routine, whatever you want to call it, this foundation just works so nice, and I can use it all year long. All year long, if you get it. Alright, this sponge is feeling very weird. It just got so dirty. I mean, why did it have to be white? And this foundation is like medium to full coverage, so you can definitely build up the coverage to being real full coverage. because I really love the coverage of this foundation. I love how it matches me, because foundations barely ever match me. Alright, so now for my concealer, I'm going to be using my Naked Skin concealer from Urban Decay in shade Medium Light. Let's see how this sponge would just get in there. I don't know. I think I want to use this little flat side here, because that way I can actually get into the little curves. Okay, so the powder I like to use is from the company Terry, and this is a hyaluronic hydra powder, and this is actually, I don't know if my camera is actually focusing on it, but this powder is actually a hydrating powder. I never really knew that they have hydrating powders out there. A couple of years ago, when I used to have really dry skin, I used to hate applying powder to set my foundation, and I just usually just wouldn't even apply any powder, and that would just end up making my foundation not very long lasting. It would just make my foundation application not stay in place and everything. I wish that I knew about this powder at that time. I just like to use this powder just to set my foundation all over my face, and you know, it just keeps my face hydrated. So I'm just gonna take some out of this little cap, and oh my god guys, the powder is so light that it doesn't even stick to the brush. So just imagine how it would just not even stick to the skin, and it just, you know, goes on very light. You know, it just keeps my face looking hydrated. And I also like to apply it very lightly, like around my eyes. And then comes my baking, because of course that really helps with the creasing, and also it just catches all the eyeshadow fallout. So the powder that I've been using and loving to bake under my eye area is this one. This is L'Oreal Hydra Perfect powder. It says Hydra Perfect, but I don't think that it's a hydrating powder. Honestly, don't even know. I didn't even read anything about it on the website. I just saw it at Walmart. I picked it up, I started using it, and I just fell in love, because it is in translucent shade, but this is not white as this powder. This is a nice like a little beigey color. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but this is definitely not as white as the Laura Mercier translucent powder. I even bought the Coty Airspun powder. People were saying that it was the lightest powder around. I didn't agree with that, because that powder was still a little bit heavier than this one. And then I used to love my banana powder, but then I don't know what the heck happened. Maybe it expired or something. It just started looking too cakey. But then this powder just fulfilled all of my wishes. I just hate the smell of it. I'm not gonna lie to you, but the smell actually goes away pretty quickly. So I just like to dip my sponge in there, just pack it on right here. And now I'm gonna contour my face using this Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. And I mostly just use like these two shades to contour. And guys, I feel that this palette is amazing. Like the shades are amazing, they match me and everything, but I feel that it's very hard to blend it. So you know how I set my whole foundation with a powder. So make sure that you just set your whole foundation with the powder and then apply it. Then this would blend like a dream. Otherwise, when you apply it directly on top of your foundation, because that's what I used to do, I used to just set my contouring areas with a contour powder, but these powders would just not blend. But with this little technique, it just blends very nicely, as you can see. And then I just contour my jawline, my cheeks, a little bit around my forehead, and that's it. And then I'm just taking the darker shade just to harshen this contour up a little bit. Gotta look a little skinnier. And then I would contour my nose using the same middle shade right here, this one. And then I take this yellow shade right here in the center and just apply it on the tip and like in the center, just like that, so my nose can look a little skinnier. Like, this is something that I sometimes do, sometimes I don't, is to use a bronzer. I love this Kiko Milano's bronzer in shade 102, and I just take it and then I go like right on top of my contour, just like that, and just keep blending it. It gives a very nice sun-kissed look. I mean, who wouldn't want that? This is totally an optional step. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go off camera and do my brows, because I think I need a lot of concentration and a lot of time to do my eyebrows, so I'll just do that and then I'll come back. Alright guys, so my eyebrows are filled now. I'm so freaking excited to use this palette from the BALM Cosmetics, and this is called La Bamba Volume 1, and I got it in my Ipsy swag bag from the Generation Beauty cocktail party, and I am dying over this shade. I don't even know how to do the focusing part, because a lot of times my products don't even get the focus that they deserve, and I have been dying to use this shade, which is called the Mambo. Like, I swatched it and I died. I was like, oh my god, want to try it like so bad. All right, so before I actually start doing my eye makeup, I just want to go ahead and apply this same L'Oreal Hydra Perfect Powder very lightly to just, you know, set my eyes. Alright, so I'm going to be using this shade Flamingo, which is this one, which is like a matte taupish brown shade. And I'm just going to use it in my crease. Okay, this is just giving a nice definition to the eye. Alright, and then what I like to do, I just like to take a big fluffy blending brush, like a clean one, and I just like to blend it so it doesn't have any harsh lines. Alright, and then I'm gonna take a smaller, like a pencil brush, and I'm gonna go under my eyes just like that, like right under my waterline. And it just gives the eye a nice open effect. And then I'm just gonna pack on this one, which is the Mambo. Just gonna take it on my brush and just try to pack it on. Oh my god. It has the amazing glitter in it. It has the amazing texture. I love how it's so glamish. Just one eyeshadow and you're done, you know? And after I pack it on, I just want to go on with a smaller brush and just, you know, blend it with that crease shade that I applied. So it looks blended. And it doesn't look like, you know, I just packed it on just to pack it on. And then I'm going to go in with this shade, which is a very nice shimmery shade, which is called Salsa. Guys, I just fell in love with this palette, like you don't even know. And then I'm gonna apply it on my brow bone just like that. It will give a nice, and it's so pigmented itself, like I didn't really expect it to be this pigmented, but this would just give it a nice lift. Oh my god, I think I would have to do my eyebrows again because I got some on my brows. But now I'm just blending it in the crease as well, so it doesn't look like it's just sitting there. I'm going back in with my brow pomade from Anastasia Beverly Hills in shade Ash Brown, and I'm just kind of drawing my brow back on. Alright, so I think now my brows are back on. Alright, so now I'm just gonna go in my Sleek Cleopatra's Kiss highlighting palette, and I'm gonna take this shade. I don't even know which shade is this, but I'm gonna take this one. I know like it has the names on the back, but honestly I don't know which one is which, so I'm just gonna take this shade right here. I'm gonna take it on my finger, and then I'm gonna apply it on the inner corners with my finger just like that. Alrighty, and now I'm just gonna take that brush again and dip it into that same L'Oreal Hydra Perfect powder, and then I'm just gonna brush it off. You know, whatever I had, I'm just gonna brush it off. Alright, so now I'm just gonna use this blush, which is the Wet n Wild Color Icon blush in shade Mellow Wine. This is a very nice blush shade. I'm just gonna apply it on the apples on my cheeks, just darkening my highlight on the inner corners. And now I'm gonna take this shade right here, gonna just apply it a little bit here, just like that. This is like a creamy shade. This is not a powder. Just want to apply it very lightly, so when I apply the powder highlight, it just sticks better. Alright, so now I'm just gonna go in with both the powder highlights that are in here, and I am just gonna go ham with it. Ew. love it. All right. I think my highlight is looking too patchy. I'm gonna apply some in the center of my nose, just like right on the tip, and then on my cupid bow, a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here, a lot of it here. Good. I'm just gonna spray my face so you know my foundation and highlight and my blush and everything can just settle down. So I just like to use this. I don't really like the pump of it, but I really like how it just hydrates my skin. Which is my water's wrong with me. Which is the e.l.f. Makeup Mist and Set Spray. This is not the illuminating one. This is like the matte one, I think. I'm just gonna go and just spray it all over my face. Now I'm gonna use this mascara from Tarte, which is called the Tartiste mascara, on my lashes. And then I'm gonna be applying this Marc Jacobs black eyeliner pencil, and I'm applying it on my upper lash line, like tight lining. I have to apply the lashes now, and I'm gonna be using my new favorites, the Backstage Lashes in style Soho. So just gonna apply those. And then the lipstick that I'm gonna be wearing is this Jouer. Feels so fancy using this lipstick, but I got it in my swag bag from the Ipsy Gen Beauty again. So I'm gonna be using this Jouer lipstick in shade Noisette. I don't know. Alright guys, so this is the whole look, and I'm just gonna take off this band and put on my scarf. This is how it looks. So that's all. I hope that you guys like it. Alright, so follow me on Snapchat, like my page on Facebook, subscribe over here, and share this video if you want, and take care. Bye bye.